one of my college advisors from Parsons. This lady had worked as the visual effects supervisor for a bunch of for let's say a certain series of sci-fi movies from the early 90s and 80s that people are familiar with. And she kind of found out that I wanted to do all this stuff, and I was just completely just naive and young, and I was like, I'm going to go and be creative, and I'm going to do all this cool creative stuff in the movie industry. And she was like, you realize like there are 1,000 of you working on this project, and you'll be contributing, but your contributions will be a lot smaller. So just don't forget that like there are parts of it that maybe aren't as glamorous, that it's kind of like a factory sometimes where your outcome is producing this motion picture. And that wasn't to take anything away from it, but it was just to kind of level set of like, hey, you're going to be contributing maybe a small piece to a bigger picture, but so is everybody else. And that's what the bigger picture is the finished product is lots of output of all these individuals is contributing, and that's what makes it so good, is because it's just a combination of everybody's combined effort. It's not just like one person's thing, even though we see a director or a producer go up on stage and collect an award and they get all this credit, but really it's all the people mixing the audio, the person holding the microphone, and it's everybody's work. And so that stuck with me, because when you're doing a smaller production, you're everything. You have five roles. But then when you do go to somewhere like Fox, that's what it is. It's the combined output. And so, as a producer, we had a dedicated creative team. We had a dedicated strategy team. I kind of knew like, hey, I have this creative background, but I don't want to step on anybody else's toes. I want to make sure that I can do whatever I can to empower everybody around me to do their best. Because at the end of the day, that's what I would want in return. And that's just what's going to help us create the best possible product. And so having that background, I could have been like, oh man, like I'm not the one like doing the creative design for this thing, but it wound up just being a lot of us collaborating, throwing out funny ideas, sometimes terrible ideas, but that's sometimes to get through the terrible ideas to get to the good ideas. And it was a lot of just respecting one another and respecting the brilliance of other people and what they bring to the table.